Hello there, viewers. Good day to you. Welcome back to the channel. I must offer the loyalist of the loyal viewers my most sincerest apologies. I have been AWOL since prior to the Labor Day weekend. Sometimes you just have too many spinning plates and something's got to break. Nothing really broke, but I actually did need to take a break. I was suffering from way too much stuff to do all at one time and not enough time to do it. And the little projects started stacking up and they became big projects. And then I couldn't get any projects done because too many little things were getting in the way. So I had to pause on some of my normal activities, ergo video recording, and hammer down some of that smaller stuff. That way I could get my head back in the correct headspace. Anyways, now we're back in the swing of things on this glorious Florida Tuesday afternoon. We've got ourselves here a 2005 Chevrolet. It's a Silverado 2500 HD, but this one's the gasser, not a diesel. The customer states it's got a check engine light. There's a P0496 they found out, Evap system leak. We'll have to check that. The coolant system has a leak on the passenger side. And there's a squealing, thumping from rear axle shock on driver's side. Driver shock on driver's side has wear marks. So there's some kind of a noise going on down below and a couple other little items. So since there is a coolant leak and this thing drove here, I'm not going to go drive it because I don't know how much coolant has been leaking. It might not have any coolant. It might have plenty of coolant, but we're going to determine that in a moment. So let us restart the engine. Or start the engine rather. We haven't started it yet. We're gonna head inside, check out the coolant. According to the gauge cluster here, the engine oil change is due. There's that check engine light. Let's find some more information for us to take a gander at. I'll push the little button here. Let's see, 138,717 miles on the odometer. And the engine has 4,053.1 hours on this unit. That's not too horrible. Okay, so let's get her backed up, swung around, bring it on inside, and then we'll see what the path of repair has in store for us on this particular Chevrolet. So stay tuned, because this is going to be a very good video. Opening the hood. Here's our brake rotor. There was our brake rudder. All right, let's get her nosed in here. We're going left onto the big rack over yonder. I don't think I'm gonna lift it just yet, but we do want to take a look at that coolant first. Yeah, squeezing past that door, we're looking good. Driving under a Monte Carlo, also looking good. Beautiful mess right there, straight line. Let's get her in here. Good, here, beautiful. All right, scan tools over there. Let's we'll leave it running for a minute. I'm gonna hop out and check that coolant level, and then we'll finger out the details of the leak in a moment. There we go. Yepper, coolant definitely went somewhere. It's low. The surge bottle has no coolant that is visible through the translucent plastic. Yeah, nothing going on there. Let's give it a squeeze. Nada. I see some in there, a little bit of coolant. See it right there? All right, so the leak's not super severe. Let's go ahead and shut her down before it all warms up. Powering down. Okay, we have fast forwarded through time slightly. The rack is set here, lift arms are in position. Let's go ahead and pay attention to that green subscribe button. Run this thing on up in the air. Moving on up. It's a heavy truck. You know, there's just something about this that I'm not feeling. It's not jiving with me. Do we see how it's got that bit of a lean going right here towards the rear end? Now I've got some spacers on these lift arms, right? Equal spacers. I'm gonna change out those front spacers with the shorter ones to try to bring this front end down. I don't like how it's not very level. And I know that's probably inconsequential, but it's a personal preference. I like them to be level on the rack because that just seems to make sense. So we're gonna do this again. Intermission, pause. Okay, so watch this right here. What we're gonna do is we pull out this guy right here. Get the shorter one, see the difference there? That should set us up more leveler on this front side. Let's go around to the driver's side front and repeat the same procedure. Let's find our little shorty. Nope, not here. Cut. Oh look, it's over here. Justin, were you bored? You made like this huge nasty stack of spacers. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. Get in there. There's a short one. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco, right? Yeah, much more better. I like that more. Okay, so now let's get this thing up in the air and we will take a look for some engine coolant, also known as antifreeze. That should be good right there. Let's set her down on the locks for some safety. Janky old Chinesium lifts. There we go. Yeah, I guess we should just like start with the easy stuff first. So we were talking about the shock absorbers rubbing on things, right? Now, we have right here, there's some rub marks on this shock absorber. Usually, when they're in compression, they just kind of rub on their sleeve. I don't see anything here that this could really rub on. Maybe the frame, but I don't know about all that. We'll have to let it down and revisit that in a moment. Let's check these rear ones here. Yeah, that's okay. That one's not. That one appears to not have any kind of leak. All right, I'm gonna be a little dismissive over that shock absorber business for right now. Let's go take a look for the coolant leak. Oh look, it's the snowplow edition Silverado. Yeah, that's a bracket for a plow. We don't really need that down here. I can tell it's been in snowplow country too. Look at all that rust. I mean, it's not that bad. I've seen worse on South Main Auto, but it's still pretty nasty. I need to find coolant. Where is the engine coolant? Nothing up here. Oh, I found you. There it is. Yeah, it's an easy one. Look. See that right there? See all that crusty business right there on that thermostat housing? It's leaking out of that clamp. Yeah, okay, I'll go up top and try to tighten that a little bit. That's kind of a non-issue, I think. Everything else is looking good down here. All right, let's get out of this little business here. So the coolant is a hose clamp leak. Not a big deal. I guess I need to let this thing down and we'll take a look at that shock absorber. Well, that was anticlimactic. Wah, wah, wah. Green subscribe button, going back up. Release and down. There we go. And contact. We're going to put all the weight down on the rear and then crawl under. Take a look at those shock absorbers. I need my towel back. Over here, I shall need a little soft squishy mat. And come here, light. Let's see what the deal is with this shock absorber. Yeah, I don't get that. It shouldn't be doing anything. Hey, Mr. Justin, can I borrow you for a second, sir? Can you stand on this trailer hitch and jump up and down and try to smash me with the truck? I mean, it won't work. Yeah, there's, other than, keep doing that. Other than bottoming this thing out very nastily like, there's really nothing to cause that. I mean, if we had a trailer on it and we were going over bumps, I could conceivably see this thing coming down about 6 inches or so. That it might rub on that, but yeah, that's kind of a non-issue, I think. All right, my dude, we're good. You can hop on out of here. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of cosmetic more than anything. I guess I could spray paint it, but the question is it rubbing during bottoming it out, or is that just a finishing defect of the KYB shock absorber? Yeah, I'm not really certain, but that's sort of a non-issue. Let's run over and tighten up that clamp, and then we'll start this and run it, let it come up to pressure, and then make a determination on whether or not that leak has been filled up or not. Here, we'll throw some coolant in there, do some old school pouring things action. Ah, I slipped. My flange slipped right there. I ruined it. Oh well, I'm gonna try it anyway. Gaining altitude, nope. I'm out of practice. Glug. All right, so we were a couple quarts low, not a huge deal. You stay there. Purging. I'm squeezing the upper hose here just to move some coolant around, purge out some air bubbles. Okay, there's the hose clamp. So we need a screwdriver. Non-click. This one, I say. Go right here on that upper hose. Give that a, yeah, it was a little loose. I guess I'll hit these other two while I'm here. That one's good. And this heater core hose here. Ow, ow! That hurt. Just ran my finger across an exhaust manifold heat shield. All right, so that's good. No worries on that. Let's start it, run it, let it come up to temp, and that. Oh, I'm bleeding my own blood. Look at that. You got me. Tetanus. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go administer medical care. We'll let this thing come up to temp. I'll be right back. So to administer a proper field bandage, we're gonna need two things here. We're gonna need some blue towels and some black tape, right? So I've cleaned off the affected area by wiping it on my shirt. Now what we need to do, go ahead and get our, I don't want that one. That one's dirty. That side's sweaty, hang on. There we go. So I'll take a piece of blue towel, we'll fold it up like so. See that? Nice and thick bandage-like. Take that and wrap it around. Then we can take the blue tape, black tape, pardon me. I was looking at the blue towel thinking blue when I said black. Black tape. Give that a couple wraps, not too tight because you cut off circulation. There you go, field bandage, instant repair, good as new. Watch, see, I'll show you. See, it's fine. Got padding for extra protections. So while this thing's warming up, let's go over here and check out this Monte Carlo. This is an LS4 Monte Carlo. It had a transmission pan leak, slight leakages. So since we had the pan down, we're gonna go ahead and replace the gasket and the filter. And Justin has the pan off, so, hey, you didn't spill anything. Fantastic. That's a hard pan to pull down, there's no drain plug. So I think this looks good. Does this thing bolt in? Nope. Nope. Now that just wiggles in. Yeah, let me get a glove. Or you wanna do it? You got gloves on. Here, we'll just watch you work. It's a new kind of show today. Watch Justin do stuff. I'll leave you alone, sorry. All right, pull, yeah, just pull down while you rotate it. That's what you gotta do. Not so hard, rotate it back. And then get your flanges kind of in there and use that hand to pull down and then the other hand just to rotate it around and around. There's just a rubber seal in there. Ah, got it. Did that fluid go in your glove?
Yeah.
Nasty. All right, we'll let it drain for a while. So yeah, there's no seal on here. See the seal up there? See that? Right in the little hole right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta either pick that out or reuse it. The internet hates it when I reuse it, but it's actually easier to just leave it there. It's one of those optional seals.
That's good.
Well, the problem is when you try to pick those out, they're in there so tight, you can actually damage the aluminum housing trying to dig the thing out of there. If you go in with a screwdriver and just try to pluck it out, it'll poke a hole through the side of the seal and leave this big old nasty scratch on the housing, and then it can suck air, and then your transmission fluid will aerate, and then you blow it up and not even know you did it. Let me go get the parts out. Will you wipe that perimeter down, get all the dirt stuff out of there, and I'll get your parts? No brake clean. Just wipe down with a fresh towel. Hello, darling. We're hanging out with everybody. It's your turn. Come here. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
Don't make me forget
Where are you
my
going?
numbers.
Okay. Hey, how's the pan looking in here? A little bit of metal stuff. Nothing crazy. There's no chunks in it. Fluid's orange in color. That's the red combined with the black stuff. I think that's fine. This was our leaker corner right here. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, I'll live with it. And I have just been informed that there is no transmission filter, so now I have to go and acquire one. What is problem? Okay, let's squeeze back down below this thing one more time. Let's do a kind of a recheck on that seal up there. I don't think we can really see it that well from here. Yeah, no. That's not working. I can't see. I have to lift it up. So I'm about to lift this thing back up, but I want to do a check real fast of the fan clutch since we're checking out the cooling system. While it's running, can you reach in for me, sir, and just shut the engine down? Yeah. I would like to keep an eyeball on this fan real quick. See what the fan's doing. You guys see it? Hey, go ahead and shut her down. All right, that's a good fan clutch. I wanted to make sure it wasn't just spinning and spinning as it shut off. Go ahead and fire it back up. Yeah, that's a good fan. Okay, so no leaks here. This radiator looks clean down the side of the tank. A little bit of wire action going on, but that's not the problem. I saw no drips on this side. We see nothing leaking at the heater core hoses going into the firewall, and same thing with those same heater core hoses running down into the water pump. The only thing that we had leaking was that fitting right there, which I've tightened up. The little plastic Y connector business is not broken. We're not leaking here, not leaking here, not leaking at the lower hose. You see down there the radiator's dry. So I think the cooling system is a sort of a non-issue. That shock absorber is okay, same thing. So let's fire up the scan tool and see what's up with that check engine light. Okay, we are gonna need some highly sophisticated diagnostic equipment here to communicate with this particular vehicle's electronic control module, so it may decipher the code behind the check engine light illuminator. Pretty fancy, yeah? Oh, look, the customer already has one. What is this? Bayfax Products OBD2 Diagnostic Interface. That's a little dongle, so you can have an app on your phone, which will do the same thing that the scan tools do, kind of. Sort of the same. Not all the way the same, but sort of. Now this little Matco scanner, this thing's an oldie but a goodie. I think I bought this in the early 2000s. I have owned this longer than I have known my wife unit. She's not here right now. Yeah, P0496, generic, it's a code reader, guys. Generic evap system, purge flow high. So the purge flow is high. Or, yeah, high purge flow, okay. So next code, probably gonna be the same thing. Auto communicate. Yeah, I broke this screen once and I tried to give it to the Matco guy and he's like, dude, I've never seen one of these. I couldn't tell you if I can get a new screen or not. Anyway, 496 again. Times 2. Okay, so P0496, generic code, evap system purge flow high. All right, let us go to the all data and we're going to view all of the data to see what the diagnostic process is on this 496. Let's pull the thing up. Let's see, 2005 Chevrolet. It's a Silverado 2500 four-wheel drive with 6-liter gas power. And we're gonna go over here. I'll tell you what, we'll do it differently this time. We're gonna go to diagnostic trouble codes, and it's a P code. So we'll go to the P code chart. P0496, scrolling down then up. P0496. Okay, this DTC sets on DTT. I can't talk. This DTC tests for undesired intake manifold vacuum flow to the evap system, meaning the vacuum or the intake manifold is pulling vacuum from the evap system. The control module seals the evap system by commanding the evap canister purge solenoid valve closed and the evap canister vent solenoid valve closed. So the purge valve on the intake manifold will close. That's going to pull vacuum, and it's going to close off the vent valve to seal the tank. If the vacuum in the evap system is more than a predetermined value with a predetermined time, DTC will set. So if there's vacuum in the fuel tank for longer than it's supposed to be there, it sets the DTC. Okay, so what we need to do, we're going to actually hook up the real scan tool. We're going to hook up, get into the ECM, and we're going to seal the system and then observe the fuel tank pressure sensor PID and see if the values are within range or not. So we're going to go down here to Chevrolet and scrolling down 2005. There we go. Waking up, loading database, satellites communicating in outer space. Come on now. Automatic, it's not going to do it. No auto ID. Oh, there we go. 05 LQ4V8. That's the RPO code for the particular engine. And we need to go into engine, automatic transmission, and we want functional tests, and we would like output controls. It's going to give us command authority over the system. And was it vent control solenoid on or off? Sure. Testing, yeah, we're not doing that. Collecting data. So we're going to go ahead and seal it off, not venting. Fuel tank pressure, inches O2. Negative 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.9, 2 inches. Okay, I think we're out of spec here. Let's go check the chart. All right, well, we did not increase engine RPM, but we're gonna seal the evap system using the purge seal function. We're gonna rev it up to 1200, watch inches O2 with the scan tool, and we're looking for the fuel tank pressure sensor to be within parameters, and the value is -1 to +1 inches water. So let's go rev it up and check it. We already saw a -2, which tells me, oh yeah, look at that. Now we're up to -7. See that? Let's rev it up anyway, just for fun. 7.49 inches fuel tank pressure on the negative side. If we were to go and open that fuel cap, we should hear a rush of air going in. Let's see what it does. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but since that's disconnected, there we go, fuel tank pressure again. Look at that. Put the cap back on. We should watch fuel tank pressure fall. There it goes. Down, 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 180. Let's graph it. That's venting, purge, pressure. There's our pressure falling, falling, falling. Look at that, 2.69. Now I'm gonna open the cap again. We're gonna watch this graph shoot up immediately. There it goes, look at that. Okay, so the answer on our flow chart is no. Let's go back to the chart, and I didn't print it. I said I was, but the printer thing won't work. So, is the fuel tank pressure parameter within the specified value? The answer is no. Go to step 3. Step 3, turn off the ignition, disconnect the evap purge pipe from the evap purge solenoid valve. So that is the pipe at the valve on top of the intake manifold. Turn the ignition on with the engine off. Observe the fuel tank pressure in inches O2 with the scan tool. It should be within the specified range. So let's go disconnect some things. Are you staring at me?
I am. I gotta show you something that Dorman's saying.
What is it?
very vocal about the return abuse issue that exists in the workplace.
Oh,
And they
yeah?
send you a cup and a long letter for you to read later. Great.
Check the part, open the box, inspect the part, verify the return. Dorman, good job, guy. Oh, it's a Yeti. That's beast mode. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dormans. I'm not going to show you the particulars of the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I really should be checking all these parts. The problem is it's so common that I don't have time to check all those parts, and I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to because we pay for that. I pay for someone else to do that, so I shouldn't have to. Right? Okay, I completely forgot what I was doing. Purge valve. Will you hold my...
I'll hold your cup.
Thank you, darling. I will come read that in a moment.
Okay.
All right, purge valve, purge valve, purge valve. So, purge valve, that is located under here. So we need to get access to under here. That's going to take an 8mm fastener right there. So I need to fetch an electron ratchet and the Ocho. I choose this one. Okay. That's a grippy socket. Okay, there is our purge valve. So do I disconnect it electronically or do I disconnect the hose? Let's go double check that because there's two ways to disconnect that. There's the connector and then there's the pipe. So step 3, back at it, disconnect purge pipe from Evap purge solenoid, the pipe. Okay, so disconnect purge pipe. Got it. Now I know. So what we do, push that guy in, wiggle that kind of up, disconnect. There we go. Go back, restart the engine. Wake up. So now we need to go back and recheck fuel tank pressure. So we're venting, reset the graph. Fuel tank pressure, negative 0.04. If I rev it up just for fun, that remains the same. So fuel tank pressure is effectively 0. It's negative 0.0. So let's go check that against the spec and specify specifications on step 3, -1 to +1. So it's within spec. That says we go to step 4. Oh, that's easy. Replace the Evap purge solenoid valve. Did you complete the replacement? No, I have not. So let me order a solenoid valve. That's going to be this guy right here, that one, which has been replaced before, if memory serves. Now, I didn't do it, but I think that's been changed. But flowchart says to change it, so I'm going to change it. Approximately 22 minutes later, we have the purge valve and a 10mm socket. So that 10 is not going to fit because it's actually an 8. Silly rabbit. I should have looked. Definitely should have looked. Let's go ahead and dig this thing out of here. What is problem? Really? 1 bolt? I can't do it? I know why. It's because this is a snap-on socket, and this is a specialized snap-on socket that's microbially smaller. That didn't come out right, but it's smaller on the inside, designed for worn-out types of fasteners and rounded off fasteners, and it's got a super tight squeeze on things. That's why. Here, we'll swap out to the extension. Yeah, see? Super tight. Stay. Genuine GM parts. This is a legitimate actual purge valve, not an aftermarket. I got a feeling this is an aftermarket unit. I believe it is. Anyways. Yep, that's the factory one. I don't know what the deal is with that, but we don't need that here. Got an O-ring seal that goes straight into the manifold where the vacuum source is. connector and the outlet. So let's plug her in. Then we can go back and repeat step 2 on the chart there. Click. It's kind of loose. What are we doing? That doesn't feel good at all. Hang on. We're doing this again. Something is not right. I dislike what we're doing here. Am I missing something? Tell you what, I'm missing this. I don't know why that has to be there. I believe that's taking up some space here. Any engineers know? What's that thing supposed to be for? Any automotive engineers? See, it still has like that sort of loose fit, but it can't come out, so I'll take that. Snap you on, plug you in. There, now we can get back to the meat of what we're doing here. Let's go back and fire this. No! Gravity. And that's a lost socket. That's how it happens. Since we're on the lost socket topic, words, save the 10 also. Going back in, let's start it back up. Pull up all of our data. So just for a refresh, go back over to the chart, and the chart's gonna say, repeat that same step. Let's see, replace fuel tank pressure sensor, or no, that's not it. Purge valve, blah, blah, didn't do that. Go to step 5, we were at step 4. We were at 4, replace Evap purge solenoid valve, which is what we did. Did you complete? Yes, go to step 6. Step 6 says connect everything that was disconnected, seal the Evap system using the scan tool, run the engine up, and observe fuel tank pressure. We're looking for a range of negative to positive 1 inches O2 according to the description. So back to the scanner. We're gonna pull up fuel tank pressure again. I need to seal the system like it said. Going back in, continuing. We're gonna seal it. And fuel tank pressure, there's fuel tank pressure, 0.04 with the thing plugged in. We are sealed and not venting. And we are now within specified specifications. Let me go into our PID list and double check that. Fuel tank pressure, inches O2. 0.04. It's not fluctuating. I think we got it. Yep, I think we have it. So let's go check the list one more time on step 6, turning on the computerizer. This thing's been shutting off quickly. Disconnect or connect everything, did that. Seal the system, did that, it's sealed. Start engine, did that. Revved up to 1200, did that. Watch the fuel tank pressure sensor, did that. Is the fuel tank pressure sensor within specified range? Range is -1 to +1. Yes, it is. Go to step 7. Any of the DCCs been diagnosed? No, the system is now okay. That's a confirmed kill. According to the flow chart, we have found it. So what was happening is this purge valve right here was over purging. See, there is a pulse width modulated signal sent from the ECM to open and close the solenoid valve here. It's like open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. And the duty cycle is what determines how much purge actually takes place. What was happening is that valve was over purging this system, causing excessive fuel tank negative pressures, or lack of pressure rather, It was drawing down the tank and putting it into a vacuum, setting the Evap system performance code, ultimately turning on the check engine light. So what we have learned today is new does not mean it's good. It means it's not used and unproven. And I'd like to know who made this, but it's not the GM one. So we saved a couple bucks on a cheaper part, and that's what happened. Click. So that is that. Problem solved. So now we're gonna head in here, clear these trouble codes out, turn everything off. We do need to do an engine oil lubrication service on this, and I do believe that's going to be the conclusion of the service visit on this particular car. I don't think I'm going to do anything with those shock absorbers. Those are okay. If my guy doesn't like them, maybe I can try to put some different ones in there, but I don't really think that that is necessary. So pending an undercarriage confirmation of that leak, which I don't think it has because that clamp was loose, and the oil change, I'm done with this one. So having said that, I do not believe I have anything more to offer you guys on this particular video, other than a thank you for watching this video. As always, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Do not forget to engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there. And most importantly, while I figure out how to clear these codes, do not forget to have yourselves a fantastic day. End of check engine light, end of video, end of Silverado, end of transmission.